Hey everyone, welcome back to the Wise Mindset Guy podcast. I'm Matt Plastino, and today we're talking about something a little mystical, a little out there, but hey, that's why it's fun, right? We're diving into the idea of the sixth sense and how it plays into our creativity and imagination. Yes, that elusive sixth sense, the one that goes beyond sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell. The one that helps you feel things that aren't even there, like ideas, inspiration, and those wild creative sparks that hit us out of nowhere. And yeah, don't worry, we're not about to break out the crystal balls. I mean, unless it helps, right? All right, so whether you're an artist, a writer, a musician, and someone who just wants to get a little more creative in their day to day life, today we're exploring how we can tap into this mysterious sixth sense and give our imagination a real boost. So, what is the sixth sense anyway? First things first, let's clear up what we're actually talking about. The sixth sense, in non-ghosty terms, is sometimes called intuition or gut feeling. It's like the mind's ability to connect dots you didn't even realize existed. Ever had a hunch or an idea pop into your head and that feels just right, even though you didn't consciously work your way there? Yep, that's the magic of the sixth sense. It's like our mind's built-in Wi-Fi, and it's particularly useful for creative work because it helps us think outside the box, look at things in fresh ways, and maybe even come up with something totally new. So why does this sixth sense matter so much for creativity? Well, when we're trying to create something new, our brain has to go off the usual script. It has to wander, almost like exploring a brand new world without a map. And guess who's the perfect guide for those unmapped, unknown territories? Yep, our trusty sixth sense. Imagine this. Your logical brain is like your meaningful friend who's trying to find a pizza place, but only wants to stick to the main roads and big name restaurants. But your sixth sense, it's like that friend who wanders into the side streets, peeks behind doors, and something finds the best little hidden spot with the most amazing pizza you've ever had. That's the kind of creativity you want. Plus, sometimes our creative ideas aren't logical. They don't follow a predictable path. Think about abstract art, surrealist writing, or music that breaks all the rules. A lot of that comes from tuning into intuition, just trusting what feels intriguing, interesting, and right, even if it doesn't make sense on paper. So if this sixth sense is so powerful, how do we actually use it? I mean, you can't exactly say, hey, sixth sense, give me $1 billion idea in 5 minutes, okay? Well, actually, you can say it, but it's not going to work. Now, here's the trick. Don't overthink it. That sixth sense likes to work in the background. It thrives when we give it a little space, a little time, and a lot of curiosity. So here are some tips to help you let your sixth sense do its thing. Take mini breaks, mini mental breaks. Ever notice how your best ideas pop up when you're taking a shower, washing dishes, or just going for a walk? That's because you're giving your brain a break from all the usual thinking that you do on a daily basis. So if you're stuck, step away from the work for a few minutes. Let your brain wander. Bonus points if you do something weird, like doodling or staring out the window like a character in an indie movie. So follow random curiosities. If you get a random urge to look up ancient pottery techniques, quantum physics, or I don't know, alpaca farming, go for it. Sometimes following these random interests brings in ideas you wouldn't expect. And your sixth sense loves it when you chase a little curiosity. It's like giving it a big box of crayons and telling it the color outside the lines. Use what if questions. One of the best ways to spark creative ideas is to ask, what if? It's like sending your sixth sense a blank check. What if cars could float? What if I tried painting with ketchup instead of paint? What if my main character was allergic to daylight? What if questions are your sixth senses playground. Then you can also do practice letting go of control. I know, this one's tough. But if you can practice creating something without judging it right away, you'll give your intuition a lot more freedom to play. Try a little free writing or paint with no plan in mind. You might be surprised at what comes out when you don't try to force it. Another thing we can do is exercise to sharpen that sixth sense. All right, let's get practical for a second here. If you want to flex this sixth sense, muscle a little, I've got a couple simple exercises for you. They're fun, they're easy, and honestly, you can do them pretty much anywhere. Imagination journaling. Every morning or evening, grab a notebook and write down whatever ideas come to mind, no matter how wild or random. Did you think of an upside down castle, a dragon that eats only donuts? Write it down. Doesn't matter. This helps you train your mind to recognize and value those ideas that feel a bit out there. Meditative visualization. Find a quiet spot, close your eyes, and just let your mind wander. Don't push it in any direction. Just see what comes up. Maybe you'll end up, thinking of nothing at all. And that's okay. Or maybe you'll find you'll have a mini movie reel of ideas running through your mind. Either way, this practice helps you tune into your inner creative landscape. You can also try a sensory imagination. Take a few minutes to imagine something that isn't there. Close your eyes and try to see an object, hear a song, or smell a flower in your mind. This can sharpen your sense of imagination and get you used to bringing abstract ideas into vivid focus. In our closing thoughts, all right, creative explorers, we come to the end of the journey. Through the sixth sense, we've talked about how that intuition helps us tap into new creative ideas, ways to let it work naturally, and even a few exercises to help it grow. So go ahead, let that sixth sense do its thing and see where it takes you. Because let's face it, the best ideas are often the ones that surprise you. And hey, next time someone asks where you got your amazing idea, you can just say, oh, it's from the sixth sense, and walk away mysteriously, guaranteed to impress. Thanks for tuning in to the Wise Mindset Guy podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to hit subscribe, share it with a friend, and just shout us out to the universe. It will hear you. Until next time, keep that imagination on full blast. And remember, creativity isn't about what's on the page. It's about what's waiting in the wings, just ready to spring to life. See you next time.